Well, hi folks, here we are, Sunday on Vancouver Island. It's the 9th of August. Sliding away quickly. As always, I'll have some links in the description section, and you may or may not find those interesting. As we're watching this whole Wuhan waltz, China virus, COVID-19, whatever label you use for it, unfold, sort of gets more intriguing and just more devilish. I have a couple of links, and let's just sort of go through them quickly. The first one is about technocracy, and I'm not sure if you're familiar with that. There's a sort of a good explanation of what it is. Interestingly enough, in Canada, Elon Musk's maternal grandfather headed up the Saskatchewan and wasn't really involved in the Canadian part of technocracy. He was a practicing chiropractor out of Regina, I believe. And it's a different philosophy, and through Second World War, I think he actually was in prison for a while because it was sort of outlawed. Canadian government hasn't really released all the information as to why it was outlawed. I guess it's sort of security reasons or what have you. A while back we talked about eugenics, and I think there's a connection between eugenics, technocracy, and the New World Order. It's because they're all concerned with social engineering, social manipulation, in the elite sort of controlling things, and the rest of us just being cogs in the wheel. And whether or not you have sort of researched that end or thought about it, when you look at the eugenics portion, there's a gentleman who is really high up on vaccines and that sort of thing, Bill Gates. And his parents were involved in eugenics big time. Way back, before the war. Then it sort of morphed into, after the war, and of course the Germans had picked that whole thing up as well, the Nazis. So it wasn't politically correct to use that term, so it morphed into what we, I guess in America, they know as Planned Parenthood. Same ideas and concepts, only a different name. Funded by the government, by the taxpayers, sort of intriguing. And I think technocracy has a connection to that. It just seems that way as you research it and look at it. Well, maybe you're into technocracy yourself. Maybe you think that's a good way to go. If you're the elite, if you're an engineer or a scientist, maybe you're sort of leaning that way. Who knows? Then we have another link. It's called hypocrisy, and it's interesting because specifically in Ontario, or at one time in Toronto, for instance, they had painted white circles on the grass, and you had to sit on a circle. If you didn't, there was a $500 fine. Ontario, where a lot of people got fined $700 to $800 just for sitting on a park bench where they weren't supposed to, nobody else around. Shooting basketball hoops by a kid by himself, no one else around. So it's intriguing. The first link is about the mayor of Brampton, Ontario. A news reporter is down reporting on this, and in the link you'll see some interesting things. There's a bylaw that to use any public park or any public sporting venue, you can't play a game there. You could just use it for practice, but you have to have a permit. So the reporter, I guess somebody leaked the news to him that there was a hockey game going on in the arena at least once a week. So he goes down to the side entrance that he was told would be opened and runs into the mayor. And it unfolds from there. So it's interesting. That is the hypocrisy. The people who are fining the rest of us, who are making these stupid bylaws and these stupid regulations aren't following them much themselves. That goes all the way up to the top. Way back on a long weekend, the Prime Minister insisted everybody stay home. And what did he do? He headed off to the lake. It's you do what we do, you do what we say, not what we do sort of idea. And again, that sort of blends right into this eugenics, technocracy, New World Order, Agenda 21, Agenda 2030, Agenda 2050. And I know I've gone over that many times, and it's all available online, right from original sources. They don't try to hide it. It's there. Of course, a lot of people still think it's a conspiracy, and it's not true. Some people, you show them the picture, and they still don't see it. They're looking, but they're not seeing. They're listening, but they're not hearing. And what can you do? It's yet they support the bullshit that's going on in these protests. Just like Washington, D.C. yesterday. 21 people shot, 1 killed in a peaceful protest. Go figure. It's like Portland. They have peaceful protests while buildings are burning. And of course, then on that hypocrisy chart or the section, there's another link. And this goes to a park in Vancouver, where in the wisdom of city officials, they have allowed homeless people to set up camp in a park, in a public park. And sort of intriguing. So I'll let you watch that as well and draw your own conclusions. It's we're a funny bunch. We're a funny bunch. But anyway, that's about all for today. There's more. Obviously, there's more on the Trudeau government scandal breaking, and we might deal with that a bit tomorrow. We'll see. We'll get more news Monday morning. Yep, but it's a crazy world, folks. Oh, and I also have a link. Creating a World of Misery by Dr. Coleman. You'll find that intriguing. Physician in England. He's talking about the situation there. Situation like that is unfolding everywhere in the Western world. And some of us are just so brainwashed, we're happy to put on a designer mask and go out and join the crowd rather than ask what the hell you're doing that for. But anyway, take care. Bye for now. See you again.